Well, we got Iowa on one side, we got Wisconsin on the other. We're on the Mississippi River. And Bill, we've known each other a long time. Didn't you used to race snowmobiles and motorcycles and stuff?
How you race snowmobiles?
The story is you broke every bone in your body, so then you started fishing professionally.
Yep.
Had some success there.
I started fishing more after I got busted up.
Won a few little fishing derbies over time.
Yeah, a couple dollars worth.
And then now you're down here, and you've got an airboat, and you're just tearing up this river on the ice, looking for panfish spots and doing guiding now.
Yeah, I've been fishing this river since I was probably 16, 17 years old. So it's like home water to me.
And I know you like perch because when we guided together on Devil's Lake.
Yeah, the perch I seen out there was phenomenal, but we're starting to give you a run for your money.
Well, let's find out. It's going to be fun today. I'm looking forward to it. This is a cool opportunity. A lot of people might not realize. You think of Mississippi River, might not realize all the panfish opportunities, but off that main channel there's a lot of backwater and a lot of cool stuff to explore. So yeah, this is the way to do it.
This is the safest way to do it, is right here.
Awesome. Let's get after it. There comes one. Come on, eat it, eat it, eat it. Oh, there he is. I cannot believe how hard these perch fight.
These big ones fight.
Oh yeah, that's fun. There, look at that. That's just a nice quality fish. Got a little bit of attitude. That's fun. And they fight hard in that shallow water. That's a good one. That is cool. All right, well, I get to catch some of these at home and eat them, so I'm just gonna let that one go. That is cool, cool. Perch in 3, 4, 5 feet of water. Shallow fish, and they come through in waves here, and marked a couple fish here so far. And it's kind of a deal we're running traffic. We're along this contour here, and it seems like every 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes we get a new wave of fish that come through. But what's surprising is just how hard these fish will fight here in the shallow water. You think you'd be reeling them right up. Tell you what, you set into these fish, they're pulling out drag. This is fun stuff. This Mississippi River is a pretty intriguing place. You look at big rivers like this, you might think of fishing opportunities. You might think of fish species, like walleyes, sauger, maybe sturgeon, suckers, paddlefish, fish that live in a river. And if you're not from this area, you've never seen this or, heard of it, you'd probably be shocked at all the other opportunities. What I mean by other opportunities, these backwater channels, these backwater areas where there's all kinds of these big perch, big bluegills, big crappies. So we've been down here before and took part in some of these ice fishing opportunities, just always been intrigued by it, and there's definitely areas where you can walk out and be safe, and then there's, areas that, you have to use a airboat or, some common sense, to get to them, but there's a lot of backwater, there's a lot of slack water coming off that main channel with a lot of different fish species that you might not think of as river fish. But tell you what, you look at the states of Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, where this river winds through, all those states have access to that river. It's probably some of the best perch fishing in either of those 3 states, especially when you're looking at big fish, looking at big perch. It's a tremendous fishing opportunity that I don't think a lot of people realize is here.
There's one coming in. He's all over it. Oh, there he is. Oh, this is a good one.
Oh yeah. Oh, that is a perch.
That's a good one.
That's a perch. Wow.
And tipped with a redworm. I tried it earlier this morning. They wouldn't touch it.
That one did. That is a nice perch. Wow.
That's a pretty one.
Yeah, look at the stripes on that fish.
That one's gonna put some babies back in the river.
Yeah, that's just gorgeous. That fills up the hole. Nice work, Bill.
You know, I've been lucky enough to fish all over the United States, and I guided in North Dakota, I fished in Minnesota and Iowa. But this area right here, it's a special spot for perch. It's some of the biggest perch I've ever seen.
Oh, they showed up again.
Yep, there's more on the graph.
You got them down there too?
Yep.
All right. So we can catch one of these.
They're just like all over it.
There you got them? All right.
That's a good one.
There you go.
Here he comes.
Oh, that's a nice one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a jumbo.
Yeah. They don't get much bigger than that. They get a little longer, but it's got to be over a pound.
Yeah, that's a beautiful fish. There are a lot of areas too on this river, a lot of backwater areas, really quality pan fishing. We've been down to La Crosse before. We've been up by Elma.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool ice fishing opportunities on this river.
There's a lot of water that doesn't even get fished.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
And the airboat, that's guy can go to some of the stuff you can't, you know, it's dangerous. You can't get there any other way.
Yeah, that's what's so cool about this. You know, you look at perch fish, you know, usually it's a deal where you're trying to find a fish that always seems to be moving. I've often joked that perch have attention deficit disorder in the sense that they're just moving, they can't slow down, they can't stop. I mean, you take your line out of the water and they're gone. I mean, they're always looking, they're always hunting, they're always on the move, it seems like. And so a lot of times when we're fishing for them, you know, we're moving around a lot and drilling a lot of holes. But this is a situation here, you know, where you've got these, you know, these sand troughs and these lips and dips in the sand where you can sit in a spot and just run traffic. You just have waves of fish that just keep coming through. And so today it's like 4, 5, 10 below zero with wind. And so it's a lot easier just to sit in one good area and run traffic. If you can get fish that come underneath you every half hour, you know what, they're going to add up, and plus you're comfortable. And so, you know, that's one thing, is we've had a lot of cold weather this year. And I think one thing it's taught us is that, you know, sometimes you don't have to drill a lot of holes and move around a lot to catch these fish. Sometimes you can just do a better job of picking your spot, be a little bit more methodical, you know, and use a flip over shelter, you know, just to get out of the elements. And that's what we've been doing a lot of this winter. Oh, they're back. Come on. Oh, there he is.
There you go.
Oh yeah, this is a good one. Oh, love that. Look at that. Let me get this Vexler out of the way.
That's a nice fish.
Oh yeah, here she comes. Boy, this is a nice fish. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yeah. That's a jumbo. Look at that. It's like something took a bite out of her top fin, but just a great looking fish. This is fun.
When they finally bite, it's really fun.
Been hearing about this for years. You know, we've done some stuff in some of these backwater areas in the Mississippi River in the past, but just wanted to come down and experience the airboat experience. Pretty cool. Yeah, see you later. Thank you. Oh. They kick away hard. They got a lot of fight left in them when they're this shallow. You don't wear them out, that's for sure. I'm just going with just a small XL jig, which you see here how small that is, but it's got that oversized hook, which I love for perch and crappies in particular. Started off with a small spoon right away and didn't do much with that, so I kind of scaled down here. And so far, what fish we've seen, like they kind of want a little bit of finesse in the sense that, you know, we've been jigging it and then you get a fish all over and it seems like they just kind of want it held still. Maybe a little bit of a quiver, but so they don't want it moving all over once they get on top of you. You know, we had to use a little bit of finesse, which was kind of a little bit of a surprise, to be honest with you, because a lot of times when you find perch in 3, 4, 5 feet of water, they're just, you know, tear your arm off, just aggressive. You know, some of the most aggressive fish I've ever seen. these fish did require a little bit of finesse, you know, but it is always cool catching panfish in shallow water, you know, and I think it doesn't matter if it's perch, bluegills, crappies, when you get big panfish, you know, they're not pulling down, they're pulling off to the side, you know, and so you get a 12 to 14 inch perch that's pulling out drag, that's bent your rod all the way down where your rod tip's touching the water. That's fun, you know, and these fish fight hard. They, you know, just a cool, neat opportunity. They're beautiful fish. You know, these fish in shallow water are just beautiful, just the most gorgeous stripes on them. I mean, they're just beautiful fish. And so this is really a cool opportunity. I really appreciate, you know, getting to experience, because, you know, who doesn't love big perch? That's one of the coolest fish that swims in my mind.
Yeah, another school coming in.
Oh yeah, there they are. There he is, just a little tick. Look at that, fish is just off to the races. Not even that big a one, but he's a feisty one. Boy, talk about a great eating fish too. This is fun. Well, Bill, what kind of presentations are you normally using to catch these perch?
Well, it depends on the days. There's some days that we use just regular small ice fishing jigs with wax worms. We even tip them sometimes with red worms. And but some days just the old dead stick with the minnow, plain hook minnow is some of the better ones. You know, especially when you got these cold fronts and stuff, they want something simple. And then there's some days, even with the jig, with the waxworms and that, you just sit there and hold it. They don't want it move. They'll come and, you know, come and get it. Most of the time when I'm using the small spoons, I'm up fishing below the dam. It seems like in this shallow water, they don't want something, you know, that's almost too big for them. Clam pinhead minnow, that's about as big as I run in this stuff. So it's just every day they'll tell you what they want.
Oh, here comes. Oh, that one. Look at that. Oh, that. Look at that. A perch that fights like that. Oh, yeah, look at that. They're just nice dark fish. Eat that jig. Kind of a midwinter finesse bite right now, but boy, those are nice fish. Clean fish. Look at that. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that one go. There she goes. Put a little bit more meat on here. I'm just wadding up a bunch of wax worms on here. If it was warmer out, you know, we'd probably, you know, have holes spread out outside, fishing with the tip downs, dead sticks. Rosies are popular down here, just a small fed head minnow. But it's below zero right now, and so we're just keeping it simple, jigging with a rod in the shack, and basically just running traffic. There's a pretty good stretch of river here that has these phenomenal panfish opportunities. I mean, we've fished, you know, north of here 30, 40 miles and, you know, seen some of the same type of patterns unfold. You know, there's times where we've targeted big bluegills or just targeted big crappies and just some really neat fishing. And, you know, you look at a map of this river, you know, there's a long stretch of river here where you get pretty good ice conditions most winters, and you've got this opportunity where you got these side channels, these oxbows, these slack water areas, you know, and you've got the flooding and the high water. I mean, it's actually kind of a perfect storm for panfish. You know, you think of panfish, you think of bluegills, crappies, perch as being a fish of a lake, but when you look when you have a river where you have dredge cuts and back channels and side cuts and high water flooding this terrestrial vegetation, it's kind of a perfect storm for panfish too. And it's truly some of the best panfish opportunities you're going to find through the ice in these states. I mean, it's just, there's enough places where these fish can hide. That's probably the big thing. And there's enough, you know, enough nutrients coming to the lake with the high water cycles where, It's just a perfect storm for panfish. If you want to raise big panfish, this is the place that'll do it.
There's one. He's coming up to it. Come on. There he is.
Got him. Feel like a good
Got
one?
him. Feels like a decent one. Don't feel like a real monster. Yeah, he's a nice one. Not quite as big as the one you just caught, but
Yeah, good one.
it was a good one. Another good female.
Yeah, nice quality fish.
Yep.
Be a perfect eating fish right there.
Yeah. In a normal winter, I'd be fishing out of a boat yet, fishing walleyes. January, February is some of my best months for catching big fish, but this winter, there's no getting a boat out. March is one of the better months for catching these perch when they're pre-spawn. I can take 6 guys, I can run 3 out, go back and get another 3 and bring them out, you know, and set them up. But typical 3 guys is perfect.
Come on, eat it, eat it.
I'm sitting there watching the graph when they're there and I'm out of the water.
There he is. Oh,
Good one.
look at how hard they fight. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, look at this, Bill. Oh,
That's a good one.
that is a perch. Look at that humpback. Look at that. That's why we came out here, huh?
Yeah.
Look at that. That is beautiful. My goodness. That is a beautiful perch here. I'll unhook it. Oh my. That is gorgeous. Look at the build.
Big
Look
old
at that.
humpback
Oh
on her.
yeah, look at that.
That's an old fish there.
That is cool. Very cool. There she goes. Whoa. Cool stuff, man. This is cool. I think it's fun too whenever you can catch them in this shallow water.
Oh yeah, there's some days they take 2 and 3 runs. You get them just about to the hole and they're going.
Yeah. This is cool.